Hello geometry students, and welcome to a video on rotations in the coordinate plane. We're only going to do rotations in the coordinate plane. We're not going to do rotations in synthetic geometry. And you should be looking at the page that says notes and rotations, and this is lesson 7-2, rotations in the coordinate plane. Just a little note here that the notes we're going to cover 3 of the ones on this page, so there's 4 problems on this page. We're going to do 3 of these. You'll be responsible for the 4th one. The second page is completely optional, but you'll get 3 points of extra credit if you choose to do the second page of notes. So that's these 8 problems right here, and you're welcome to do those. You are required to do 11 of the 12 problems on here. I'm going to do number 12 with you. Okay, so that's on the homework page. So the one that says homework, I'm going to do with you. You have to turn in the 2 pages of homework along with the 1 page of the notes, and if you do the optional second page of the notes, then you can turn in 4 pages. Okay, first the rules. So we have rules for rotations, and these rules are based on a counterclockwise rotation. So first of all, we're looking at a turn. It's like when you turn an object, like turning a steering wheel. Pen's not working very well here. There we go. So we turn the object around a fixed point called the center of rotation. Now, to make life easier for us, the center of rotation for what we're going to do will always be the origin, 0, 0. Okay? The figure rotates a specific direction and number of degrees, so angle. Okay, that's how you determine a rotation. So when you see the angle measures here, that's the angle, and the direction typically will be counterclockwise. Now remember, a clock goes this way. It goes this way. Right? That's clockwise. Counterclockwise, so this is not the one that we're going to do. We're going to do counterclockwise, which is the opposite of the direction of a clock. So if we have our coordinate plane, it's going to go this way. That's counterclockwise. And you're going to see later on, probably not in this class, but later on you're going to see why this is considered a positive rotation, going opposite the direction of the clock. So we're always talking about counterclockwise rotations about the origin. All right, so rule number 1, if it's a 90-degree counterclockwise, so going like this, 90 degrees, then the rule will go, the transformation rule will take you from every point on the pre-image will go to negative y, positive x. Negative y, positive x. So we just have to switch the positions and change the sign of the y. 180 degrees, which can go either this way or this way. It doesn't matter whether you even think of this as counterclockwise or clockwise, because it's going to be the same. It's halfway around the circle. It doesn't matter which way you go. In that case, hxy will go to negative x, negative y. Just negate them, don't switch them. And in the case of 270, so going like all the way that far, you're going to get something, in this case, this is 270 degrees, because in this picture, if it was 360, it would be all the way back to the top. Here we have xy goes to y, negative x. Now, this is a really cool thing, because with these 3, we have actually completed all of the possible combinations of switching x and y's position and changing the sign of either x or y or both. We've done every single one. So, find this. So you might be asking yourself the question, I know I would ask this question, is, didn't we already do those? And that would be a good question. But let me just remind you. For a reflection over the x-axis, it's x, negative y. That's not there, right? That's none of those. For reflection over the y-axis, it's negative xy. That's not there either. For a reflection over the line y equals x, it's yx, both positive. That's not there. And for the last one that we did, which is a reflection over the line y equals negative x, it's negative y, negative x. And look it. That's negative x, negative y. But that one is also not there. So that's actually all of the possible combinations. There's 8 altogether, but if you count xy goes to xy, which we're not going to count because that's not even a transformation. So we've got the complete picture here. And we'll put these together next week on one page just to kind of see a summary page. But that's after we do rotations. Okay, now that we have the rule, let's apply the rule. So we have a 90-degree clockwise rotation. Let's see what rule that is. So that's going to be this one. So this means that xy is going to go to 90-degree counterclockwise, goes to negative yx. All right, so let's plug in our 3 points. Let's just put them down here first. So A was 2, 7. That's where it starts, 2, 7. B is 6, 5. And C is 4, 1. So that means if now that we have the rule and we have the pre-image points, we can just apply the rule. So 2, 7 is going to go to negative 7, 2. 6, 5 is going to go to negative 5, 6. And 4, 1 is going to go to negative 1, 4. Okay? So let's see what that gives us as far as the look of this rotation. So just why don't you go ahead and plot the original pre-image, plot the image, and then we'll see if I can show you. And if you have tracing paper, that would be a good thing to use here. That's how I'm going to show you how it actually works. So I'm going to first plot the original triangle. Okay, there's the pre-image, and I'm actually going to color that green in a minute. And now I'm going to plot the image. Oh, that's the image. Sorry. I did. I did negative 7, 2, so that's A prime. And B prime is negative 5, 6. You should never do this. You should never plot the image before plotting the pre-image, but I went backwards and it really won't matter. Now I'm going to go ahead and plot the pre-image here. Okay, so there's my pre-image in green. I can tell by the points there's no primes there. There's my image in blue. They don't look the same, do they? Well, let's just check and see how this works. So let's put I traced the pre-image. I'm going to put the point at the origin, right? Now I'm actually going to make a little coordinate plane here because this is how you can tell that you're rotating however many degrees that you're rotating. So now I'm going to put the point at the origin and I'm going to rotate it and see how the little plus sign that I made in the middle, I'm going to wait till it matches right up there, and right about when it matches, so do the triangles, except it slides over a little bit. It's not a perfect fit because we're not perfect at drawing points and lines, but that's it. Okay, there's our rotation of 90 degrees clockwise. Let's try the next one. Let's rotate. We're actually going to skip to number 4 now. I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3. I'm sorry, 1, 3, and 4. So let's skip to number 4. And now we're doing a 180-degree rotation. So 180 degree says just take the opposite of x and y. That's all you got to do. So let's see how that works. So we have x, y goes to the opposite of x, negative x, and the opposite of y. And let's put in our pre-image points, 3, negative 2. 6, 1, and 5, negative 7. And I wanted to do this one because it has some negatives in it, and I want to make sure that we get to see that the opposite of a negative, we already know this, but the opposite of a negative is a positive. So there's our rule, there's our pre-image and our image. This time I'm going to plot the pre-image so I don't get confused and plot the image first. So I'm going to plot the pre-image. Okay, so there's my pre-image. I put that in green. I kept it the same color as the last time. Now let's find the image underneath this transformation rule, which we know will be a rotation of 180 degrees, both clockwise and counterclockwise. Doesn't matter this time. So we have 3, negative 2. So it's going to go to negative 3, positive 2. We're not moving anything. The x and y stay right where they belong here. And then a negative 6 and a negative 1. Negative 5. And then this will turn into a positive 7. So negative 5, 7. Let's plot those points. So negative 3, 2. Negative 6, negative 1. There. And negative 5, negative 7 right there. And that would be my z prime. This would be my y prime. And this would be my x prime. And let's see if this works. So I'm going to connect these, because these are a little bit farther apart. I'm going to use it looks like it's just the same image. Did I do something wrong? -3, 2, -6, -1, -5. Oh, -5, 7 is not down there. -5, 7 is up here. I did do something wrong. This is Z prime. That's okay. We're just gonna make the new triangle. Let me pause this for a second. I'm gonna finish this correct triangle and shade it blue. Okay, so the blue shaded triangle is the correct triangle, and this is the beauty of having some kind of colored pencil or some kind of colored pen or a highlighter, the ability to shade it. Is if you make a mistake like that, well, you're doing this in pencil. I hope so you can erase it, but at the same time, you can shade them in and you can tell at the end. So here's what I have. Here's my original figure. Now, I've already put the plus sign at the middle. Now, I'm going to rotate it. There's 90 degrees, and then there's another 90 degrees. And there it is, right on there. Now, what if I had gone the other way? So I'm going to start it again. This time I'm going to go the other way. Because for 180, it doesn't matter if we go clockwise or counterclockwise. So here is 90 degrees, and then the other 90 degrees, and there it is. Okay. Let's do one rotation of 270 degrees counterclockwise. So go ahead and plot the 4 vertices of this trapezoid. Okay, so there's the pre-image in green. There's the rule, right there's the rule for a 270 degree rotation. XY goes to Y negative X. So I'm going to write the rule, write the points, and apply it. So X, Y goes to, this time it's Y negative X. And even though it starts to seem like they're all the same, we've never done this one before. So let's write the points down here. 3, 4, 6, 4, 8, 1, 1, 1. And let's apply the rule. So we switch and negate the X. So this would be 4, -3. This would be 4, -6. This would be 1, -8. And this would be 1, -1. Okay, and now let's plot those and see what we get. Okay, did you guys notice that mistake? Nobody said anything. The K is supposed to be here. So when I plotted the transformation, I realized it, and so that line is a mistake in there. But anyway, let's see what we got. I have my original pre-image. I have the point at the origin already marked off. And we're going to go 270 degrees. So wow, 3 times. 1, I might have to adjust because it slides a little bit. 2, and 3. Didn't even have to adjust. Look at that. Perfect. All right, let's try one more. Okay, so we're going to do number 12 on the homework paper. And I'm going to start out by plotting the pre-image. Pause the video and do the same. All right, so I've plotted the pre-image. I've written down the coordinates for the rotation. And now I'm going to plot the rotation. Remember, this is just going to be dashed because it's just along the way to the final image. So plot these points as a dashed quadrilateral. Okay, let's just check our work. So there's the quadrilateral that's in the middle. Notice it's dashed. And now I'm going to rotate it and make sure that that works. I'm just going to choose to go clockwise. So there's 90, and then there's 180. Hope you guys have some patty paper is what we call it because it helps. Okay, so then now we're going to take this. It worked. Okay, so now we're going to reflect it over the line that I've already graphed here, which is y equals -1. And I'm just going to reflect it. So this is 2 below, I'm going to go 2 above. This is 7 below, I'm going to go 7 above. Right there. Right there. This is 3 below, so I'm going to go 3 above. Right there. And then this is 7. Sorry, this is not 7. This was right here. This is 6 below the line. So I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 above it. So right there. Let me not make another mistake when I make my final image here. This is 6 below. So I want to go 6 above right there. Let me connect it. Okay, there it is. I reflected it over the line. I shaded it. I used my patty paper to help me here so I can see what the letters are. Once I identify all the letters, I just counted. Like for M, I just counted over 7 and up 5 to get the ordered pair. Okay, I hope you found this helpful.